Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Laura, and we share our infertility story at Infertility Man.
As Infertility Man. Yeah.
And because it's infertility, it just keeps going and going.
For us, it appears that way.
And going. So if you want to follow
one door
along
closes.
and find out how this story is going to end,
Yeah.
then subscribe, follow along. You can find us at Infertility Man on social media as well.
Yeah.
So, we're back.
Where are we up to?
Well, we've, obviously had a number of things not go the way that we wanted them to.
Definitely.
So
even with how long we've been into it, being naive is still part of it.
Yeah, we still make mistakes. Anyway. I think we've made some mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hate to call them mistakes, but
there's no point thinking of it like that. Yeah. So we met with our doctor and basically requested some more testing because we were like, we're not comfortable transferring any more embryos until we figure out what's going on. I mean, most people would think what they usually say is, oh, just keep trying. It's just a freak thing. It's just chance.
And we don't have unlimited sperm and eggs.
Well, there is that specifically. I mean, I guess nobody really does though because it always costs money, but we definitely don't because we have no more. We can't make any more sperm. And, it took us like, what have we done? 17 cycles to get... So anyway, we met with our doctor and so we're doing some tests. Like when we were ready to transfer again after my daughter... Our daughter. I said that and I was like... That's
I knew you'd actually thought about it.
Yeah. Okay, after we had our daughter, we were ready to try for number 2. We did request a lot of testing initially and they always do testing anyway. They check your thyroid...
We don't have an infinite number. We don't have...
Yeah, we want to make sure everything's ticked up. I really don't like this strategy. I understand why it is that way, but the strategy of just put an embryo in and see, and then if something goes wrong, then we'll do the testing. And so we were like, up front, we want all the testing up front. So we did the recurrent miscarriage blood panel. We checked my thyroid. We checked, you do all the normal blood tests that you do.
And through your researching and stuff, you sort of came across...
Well, I feel like I missed something because I asked my doctor, there was a couple of things I was wondering about. One of them was DQ alpha, which our doctor doesn't really support. A lot of doctors don't support it. It's not very well backed by science, so I understand that. But I was a bit like, if I'd heard about it, a lot of people having issues with it and also having success when they treated
100%. After multiple... losses.
So anyway, our doctor wasn't really keen on doing that. She doesn't do that testing. And the other one I asked for was the ERA. And this one, I really feel like I dropped the ball here because I specifically asked our doctor, can I have the ERA? And she said specifically, the ERA determines the window for implantation and you've already had a successful pregnancy. So therefore,
the implantation
we already know the implantation window.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes sense. But what I didn't really understand at the time is that the ERA is kind of code word for 3 tests that are grouped together that are actually nothing like each other, which this is my public service announcement for today, is the EndomeTRIO includes the ERA, but it is not the ERA. Oh, got something in my eye.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
You need an ambulance?
Anyway, so I printed out what the EndomeTRIO is. Do you want to read something? Do you want me to read?
Yeah, well, it's a complete endometrial analysis. And includes the ERA, the EMA, and ALICE tests.
It's 3 separate tests. So my doctor said I didn't need the ERA, which was true and accurate and made sense.
Because basically you got pregnant.
Because my receptivity window was right. But what I think I do need is the EMA and ALICE. So let me tell you. You tell them what the ERA is.
Do you want me to do the ERA?
Okay.
All right. ERA is the first diagnostic test that determines each woman's unique personalised embryo transfer timing, therefore synchronising the embryo transfer with the individualised window of implantation.
Yes, so this month we're going to do that anyway, just to be doubly sure since we're doing it anyway.
Yes.
Now the EMA is the test that I didn't understand to ask for, and this honestly I feel quite a bit of guilt about this, about not asking this question.
I feel her guilt because yes, we talk about this a lot.
Not asking the right question, because my doctor did nothing wrong. She answered my question. I said, do I need to have the ERA? And she said, no, you don't. We already know your implantation window. And that was true.
Yes.
But what I should have said was, should I have the EndomeTRIO? Should I have the EMA and ALICE? Yeah. So what's the EMA?
The EMA, E-M-M-A, is the endometrial microbiome metagenomic analysis.
Somebody went to high school.
The I just sort of threw this together. The most comprehensive and precise panel encompassing the most frequently detected and clinically relevant bacteria to evaluate the endometrium at the microbiological level. EMA is a test that, this is American. EMA is a test that analyzes the endometrial microbiome to help identify abnormalities associated with a poor reproductive prognosis. EMA assesses the endometrial microbiome, providing information about the most common and relevant bacteria.
So basically, my understanding is it looks at the microbiome, similar to the gut microbiome, and checks out what bacteria is in there. There's obviously, this is a test that's run out of a company in Japan. So this is one of the people that does it. It's the main one. You can get it done with other companies. There's one in Greece. Americans do usually the CD138 test, which is it doesn't test the actual microbiome. It tests whether there's certain plasma cells present to see if there's inflammation, basically, I think. Again, we're not doctors, don't follow anything that we say. But then the third test is the ALICE, and that forms the EndomeTRIO. So what's the ALICE?
ALICE, analysis of infectious chronic endometritis.
I have a sister called Alice as well. Hi, Alice.
Wow. ALICE is a test that detects pathogenic bacteria and recommends adequate treatment. Pathogenic bacteria cause chronic endometritis, which is linked to implantation failure and recurrent miscarriage. In cases of repeated implantation failure or recurrent pregnancy loss, chronic endometritis can rise to 66%.
And so this is the test that we're going to do this month. It involves a biopsy. And I'm nervous because I feel like I should have had these tests already before we started transferring. So
we do wonder whether the two, it's one of those things we're trying to make peace with the idea that these losses have brought us to this place, but
I don't believe in unexplained infertility.
Yeah,
I believe in unexplored infertility, and these are some tests that we have available to us.
And we kind of wonder whether being proactive about these, just because we had issues or challenges, then we could have.
It's so funny because some people would look at what had happened to us and go, oh, well, that's just normal. We'll just keep transferring until one works. But we just don't work that way. We're like, we cannot make any more sperm. We don't mess around with our embryos.
And they were two tested embryos.
Yep, PGS normal.
PGS normal.
So anyway, we're having those tests this month. So anyway, part of me wants it to be clear because obviously you want it to be clear. Part of me wants it to be an answer for what's been happening. So it's going to be one of those two.
It's all information.
Okay. Just waiting for my scan to start. I don't know, I feel like there might have been a lot of action, but that also could be a bad sign and could mean that there's bad stuff going on. I don't know. I'm not really in the mood. I keep trying to remind myself that we're doing the ERA this month and any eggs we get will be a bonus if we get any. So we'll see how this goes. Okay guys, something good has happened. It's so funny because what's considered good for me would probably really disappoint other women, but I have like 7 good-looking follicles. 7. When you consider my last retrieval gave us 1 egg and the one before that gave us 2, I have 7 good-looking follicles, all sort of ranging from 8 to 11 millimeters, which is great. I have 1 teeny tiny, which is 3, but there's 7 that could potentially yield eggs. One of them looks a little septated, so, but yeah, we are winning this month. We needed some good news. We've not had good news for a while, so for us this is good news. 7 follicles, which for other people might seem like nothing, but for us it's good news. Another day, another scan, second scan for my 18th egg retrieval. Pretty hopeful that there'll be some good stuff there. So for me anyway, maybe not for other people, but it's really a matter of perspective. I'm not putting the camera very well. It's a matter of perspective, because if I see 7 follicles today, I'm going to be very excited, which would be devastating for someone else. So, you know, you got to take the wins where you can. Hey guys, so another day, another scan, my second scan for my 18th egg retrieval. Yeah, there's still 7 there. They're ranging from like 12 millimeters to 16 millimeters, so we'll definitely scan again on Wednesday. Whether we trigger or not on Wednesday remains to be seen. That'll be retrieval day 16, which might be a bit early for me, I don't know. It'd be nice because I always like to have fewer days stimming, but yeah, so I have my 7 follicles. There's another one that's like 5 mil at the moment, but probably not going to become anything. Definitely not. So 7. Maybe 7. Time for another scan. IVF is a full-time job. Every second day, yep, it's too much. It's a lot of stuff. Here we go again. Another scan. Still in the same cycle, would you believe it? Yep. Already in the position. Oh my god, my heart is going so fast. So I just had my scan, and right in the middle of the scan I had like a work crisis happen. So I have a theatre company and the show sort of just has to go on, and they were having issues with the sound system, so they called me, and I'm literally on the bed when they called me, and I had to solve this kind of high pressure work situation, try and get it fixed over the phone. Why? And then the sonographer come in, I'm still on the phone trying to work it out, and then she has to start examining me. So she's examining me while I'm on the phone trying to solve this really high stress moment with work, and I just don't understand how those two things could happen at exactly the same moment. And I just think, wow, women are amazing. But my heart is going so fast. That was so freaky to do both those things at the same time. But good news is follicles look good. Might be triggering tonight or tomorrow, we'll see. And the show went on, the sound system got fixed, so everything's fine. In a matter of 15 minutes all that got done, so it's done.